Nvidia becoming the first chip maker to join the $1 trillion club, and that is on the back of its AI thrust, the AI boom, and entering a club that has so far been dominated by the likes of Microsoft, Alphabet, Google. I think important for the chip maker, but also sort of underpins the entire importance and value of AI. If you're riding on the AI wave, it is the future.
AI is the future, and I think this, it's an upward movement of just about 4.6% on the stock of Nvidia. So it was in the near about range of $1 trillion already. And I think it just got that spur yesterday when the stock went up about 4.6%, and it entered just about barely
and
entered
at, just barely down.
at $1.02 trillion, right? So it is just sort of, managed its way to sneak into that very exclusive club of only 5 members, the other 5 members being Amazon, Alphabet, Apple, and Microsoft. Right. So this is the 5th entrant into that very, very exclusive snooty club of 1 trillion. But I think this movement and this entry goes a long way to exactly tell you how the whole world is deeply invested in artificial intelligence. And at a B2B level, at a B2C level, you will see a proliferation of AI, and AI needs enormous computing power, and that is what the computing chips manufactured by the likes of Nvidia and others bring to every motherboard in every system. So, and Nvidia is not a new company. I mean, Nvidia is a very seasoned old chip maker, and it's been known to make very high duty, high powered graphics cards and video cards, which power a lot of complex multi-layered processing. So in the circles, in the video editing circles, in the graphics industry, Nvidia had been a benchmark graphics card to have. And rightly so, it's transposition now into AI-driven algorithms, AI-driven tools, which goes on to just very, very categorically tell us that AI is the future, and anyone who is associated with AI from the software or the hardware side is likely to do well in this decade for sure.
Right. And Rakesh, Nvidia is now calling itself an AI company. They're saying that this is who we are, this is our identity. So far, they've made games, they've made GPUs, the processing units, the graphic processing units, but riding high on the tide of AI and working out well for them.
Yeah, Shweta, I mean, obviously, it's a big headline that can't be ignored. But a couple of points. One, that it reaffirms and, confirms the superiority or the supreme superiority of the technology companies in the world. And we talk about big leaders, individuals, politicians, but these 5 or 6 technology companies have monopolized share of mind and share of market. So in that sense, this is a big trend of the last decade or so. This is the tech decade, as we call it globally, and it has, so to say, pushed away brick and mortar companies like the Exxon Mobils of the world. All top valued companies today are in the technology space, that to emerging and new technology. So that's heartening in that sense. And AI as the new technology, bringing about such massive interest, and with this particular company driving the big breakthrough through this super chip computer, whatever it's called, is welcome and heartening. Nvidia incidentally is one of the earlier companies that has established base in India. It has, I think, an office and a full-fledged setup in Bangalore. So again, if it is really pursuing big ticket interests and computing minds are available in India, the talent pool is available in India. So there can be a healthy marriage between the two. Sustaining this 1 trillion, and the AI fever. Also, if you look back, over decades, there is a certain frenzy about certain pieces in the business domain, even if they're new and new age. There is a tendency to, so to say, to peter off. So, and also there is a context to it. I think a couple of days ago, the Nvidia founder, in one of the convocation addresses, I think in Hong Kong, did say that we have had our share of failures, and we are excited about this breakthrough. But the company almost got bankrupt, I think, just about a year and a half ago. Very interesting speech which has gone viral, and people are saying that it's the next best speech after Steve Jobs' speech. So one has to be a little circumspect as well. We're riding too much and reading too much into AI. But Karthik and I are on the two sides of the curve on this. I don't think human mind will sustain and continue to be the final arbiter of how to use AI. and how to leverage AI. And also, we've been discussing about the AI's own pitfalls. If we really lionize it beyond a point and give it the weight it has the capability to run AMEC as well on the ethical issue, on the humanity, on the humane element. So, welcome changes in the technology space, big ideas, big breakthroughs, relevance for India. India could leverage that, and otherwise, excitement needs to be a little bit tapered off, because we have seen that these like the startup bubble we mentioned, there is a tendency to fly off the hand. And purely, if you compare the Alphabet and the Apple bouquet with Nvidia, in that sense, there is not a fair comparison as of now.
All right, not a fair comparison, but it has joined the club nonetheless, paired some gains at the end of the session, closed at $990 billion, but has finally hit a market cap. Nvidia, the traditionally game-making AI chip, is now making GPUs, which will be essential to AI technology, and rightful gains there to the tune of $1 trillion in market cap. That's an interesting story.